Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're watching Der Super Unicorn playing in his Teefbreaker, having an absolutely insane game. The highest damage I have ever seen in a tier 9 light tank. In fact, probably the highest damage I've ever seen in a light tank in general. And he's in the Teefbreaker. And we'll talk a little bit more about him in a second, but we're starting things off right away. He's paying attention to where these light tanks are going, and he's going to notice here right away that they're going behind these ridge lines, meaning they're not going to have line of sight on him. Since they do not have line of sight on him, that allows him to do this. Beautiful display of understanding camouflage, understanding view range, and how all of that works. Now that makes sense, seeing as this man is packing a 5,000 recent W and 8. So if you want to go see more of that, make sure you check out his YouTube channel, Der Super Unicorn, where he's got over 300 videos and 1.1 thousand subscribers. He is up and coming, and he is German. So if you want to see some German gameplay, go check it out. Another thing to note is the fact that he is using keyboard and mouse, and I'm going to have to ask him what settings he has, because my keyboard and mouse just isn't working with the zooming in. Like, I'll hit my shift button to zoom in, and it doesn't zoom in. And so I have to use my mouse wheel, but it seems that it's working for him, so maybe I just have a bad keyboard. I don't know. But I can't zoom in and out without using my mouse wheel, which is a little bit obnoxious. So, like, I have to go from this view to 2x zoom to 4x zoom, then back to 2x zoom, then back to this view. Like, I can't just switch like that, like he just did. And so I'm gonna have to ask him how he does that, so that I can fix that, because I really want to do keyboard and mouse. The only reason I don't is because of the zooming. So I would love that. But you're gonna notice he is very quick with his shots. He puts his shots in quickly, and then he will very quickly hide. He doesn't wait around, doesn't waste his health trying to put in an extra shot or anything like that. He understands if he gets shot at, then he might be getting hit. And if he is getting hit, then he's losing health and he's dying. And the #1 statistic you should ever be focusing on in this game to get better is actually your survival rate. How often are you surviving? Because if you're surviving, then you're keeping your gun in the game. And if you're keeping your gun in the game, then you're putting damage out on the enemy. And so getting your survival rate high is the surefire way to get yourself better at this game. Get a higher win rate, get a higher W and 8, get more marks of excellence, all the above. Speaking of taking damage and being careful, this is the one instance where he takes a risk and he pays for it. The snapshot from the waffle, reducing him to half health in a single blast, from 1,300 health down to 700. A high roll from the small gun, unfortunately. But no matter. He's off, he's reloading, he's getting spots out, he's getting assist damage, he's up to 2,100 damage. And he just consistently puts out more and more damage throughout this video. And it's slow, but it's steady. It really shows that just taking your time is absolutely huge. And now he puts, let's see, over 1,000 damage into that BZ from range. He's up to 40 penetrations. Of course, each of these shells is like, what, 80 or 90 damage, something like that. So 40 penetrations is not, whoa, 40 penetrations in the T62, that's crazy, you know what I mean? But it's still rather impressive at this point. Plus his assist damage, he could die right now and be happy. Probably go up in his marks of excellence because he's up to 5,000 combined. And he's already at 3, so he's probably going for gold. And 5,000 should be more than enough to go up and call it a day, but he's not done yet. In fact, he's not even halfway done. The enemy's at 50% health. His team is at 59%. And he's got his sights on yet another tank. It's that American auto-loading heavy, should you choose to use the heavy, the T54E2. If you should, so should you use the autoloader. You can use the single shot as well. There you go, that's the word I'm trying to use. The issue with the single shot is that you can't use the gun rammer, so most people just use the autoloader on that. And I concur. It would be cool if you could use a gun rammer on tanks that have single shots and autoloaders. Of course, you can't use the gun rammer if you have the autoloader equipped, but that's just me. Anyway, speaking of, he's just done 2,000 damage. We were just talking about how he's up to 5,000 combined with 3,000 raw, 2,000 spotting. Now he's up to 5,000 raw. Just like that. This tank can do damage rather quickly if you put your shots in. And you'll notice he has full premium APCR, APDS on this tank. A lot of people run it like that. The shells are basically the same between the standard and the premium on this tank. It's just the premium have more pen, and so there's no drawback. I personally, as a game developer, which I'm not, would have had a consequence for shells that are basically identical, and I probably would have made them drop like 20% of the damage. So instead of the 80 alpha or 90 alpha, whatever it is, have it be like 65 or 70. And then you have a drawback. It's like, okay, you're going to get more pen, but you're going to get less alpha damage. And that's what I do with basically all premium rounds, is either they go up in pen and down in alpha, or up in alpha and down in pen. That's fair, and that's what we call balance. But that's such a little thing these days. Premium rounds, nobody really complains about premium rounds anymore. Everyone complains about, well, actually, all these bad things Wargaming have done have really helped, because people aren't angry about premium rounds anymore. They're just angry about all the OP tanks and all the pay to win. So, there you go. Another tank gets killed due to his spot. The Sturm Tiger kills off the object and is 8-7. His base is being capped, and he says defend the base with a Waffenträger. You know what? I call it did I call it the Waffenträger 100? I should just call it the Waffly 100. You know why? Because this man is German, and I should not embarrass myself by trying to pronounce those things at all. Puts one cheeky shot into the Chonk, the Polish tank over there, which just means tank, by the way. The Polish tank called tank. There it is. That's how you say it. Chonk. It's kind of like tonk. But there's a machine, and the machine is juicy. Can he get some shots into him? He's using these bushes to not get spotted. He is also out of the detection circle on his mini-map, meaning at 445. If somebody has 445 view range, they will not see him. However, anyone running optics at tier 10 will have more than that, and so you gotta keep that in mind. Basically, people are probably gonna spot you a little bit outside of your detection circle if they have optics. So yeah, just a little truth there. And hello there, one shot goes in, and that's all he's gonna be able to put into that guy. And I think he realizes it is time to get out, and so he is gonna get out of here quickly. He activates his speed, then he turns it off. And he's going for the camouflage, which I think is the right play. The speed is nice, but you lose camo. And so now he's getting far enough away. He's putting this tree between him and this guy. That way he can shoot without getting spotted. And he does. He's able to put one in. Just one. Again, little by little. That's not how you're going to do 10,000 damage there, by putting one shell in out of however many this gets. But then he gets spotted. And the shell, it comes out. Oh my goodness. It goes under his tank and tracks him. Barely surviving that. And again, he puts cover between himself, or concealment between himself and the object. And the Earthshaker finished him off after he puts a few shells in himself. And now he's up to almost 3,000 spotting damage and 5,700 raw damage. All right. Now dust yourself off and end it. You know, just leave. This is a good game. In fact, this is a great game. This is an ace tanker, almost guaranteed. No need to do more. You're up to over 8,000 combined damage. Your mark of excellence is probably going to go up an entire 0.5%. Take a chill pill, and you'll be okay. But he's not done. In fact, the enemy team has 28% of their health left, and typically a tier 10 game has about 30,000 health, meaning there's still about 7,000 to 8,000 damage left on the battlefield for him to have some fun with if he's quick enough. And he puts himself in good positions, and he doesn't get himself killed. And first thing he sees is this UDES 16. Can he get a shot into him? Very difficult tank to penetrate. No need. Earthshaker finishes him off. Earthshaker has been crucial in this battle, putting in fantastic shots. Same with the Sturm Tiger. Both of them on his team have put in fantastic shots. Now he gets spotted here without spotting in return until he gets too close. It is the ISU. But hello, Mr. Machine. You're not looking, so we're going to put some shells into him. Machine almost got to cover. Then he changed his mind. Then he pulled back out. And then he's out completely. And now, suddenly, the 5,800 damage is 6,500 damage. Another 700 damage added to his score. And he's going to be reloaded again in 3 seconds. 5 to 5. 18% on his team, 23% on the enemy. What's he gonna do now? I guess we'll just have to watch, as this will come down to the wire. T110E4. 1, 2, 3. 5. 5 hits. Can he put in the others? He doesn't risk it. He goes to the reload. Smart move. Uh-oh. ISU kills his UDES 16. It's now 3 to 5. He's debating. Does he want to stay here? Does he want to move on? Staying here, he's not going to have support from his team. Therefore, for him to do damage, he's going to have to be very careful about his concealment. And so he does what he believes to be best, and that is backing up. Putting some distance between himself and the enemy, and it was indeed the right play, as we will see soon enough. Instead, he uses this little tiny bush. Will it be enough to conceal him as he spots? It shouldn't matter, because his concealment is so good and his view range is so good, unless they come from the ridge line, in which case they go underneath his vision until it's too late. But he decides not to wait around there, and he's going to continue to crest these ridges, knock down some trees, to give himself more concealment so that his turret isn't sticking up over the ridge for them to see. Doesn't matter, there's the machine. The machine was hunting him, so like I said, very smart play to move on. And we are nearing the end of the replay, the finale. Therefore, cue the music, the epic music. It's going to be a little bit different this time through, but hey, 1, 2. 2 shells into the machine. We've got some music that doesn't quite sound World of Tank-esque, however, to me, it fits the Teefbreaker vibe. And so that's what we're going to have in the background for this epic finale, as he finds himself in a 3 versus 5, and a machine coming, and he's going to be setting up to ambush. There's the machine. Which way is he going? Is he going to go to the right, or is he going to come his way to the left? The machine's right, but there's super unicorns left. He's setting up for the ambush. He's putting in a lot of faith that he's going to be going around that mound. And he does. And he's got his backside. He auto-locks. That's all he needs to do. He puts his shells in before the machine has time to turn around and get a shell out himself. And he's dead. And now it is 2 versus 4. 7,634 damage done. 96 penetrations. No fires. No ammo wrecks. Pretty surprising for a gun like this to have that many penetrations and nothing critical like that. But he's been very careful with his shots. And I like that. Very quick to reload. And I also like that. Enemy is capturing the base. He's got enough time to get back there. The issue is this ISU. There he is. Rock's in the way. Does he have shots? He does. No, he doesn't. Earthshaker's going in. Hello, sir. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Easy shots. Easy damage. Easy kill. 8,500 damage. He's got a minute to get back. His tank is fast enough. No problem. It's going to be an issue, though, if a second tank jumps on. He's not going to be able to, finagle around and find a good angle. He's going to have to just go straight in and hope that they miss. However, he's got the Earthshaker. He's got a minute. He's got time. Somebody fires the Earthshaker. Not sure who it was. They have a Panzerjäger, an E4, and the Chonk's still alive. 47 seconds. There it is. It's an E4. E4 spots him. He puts 1 shell in, and he goes for a reload immediately. He realizes, I can't be firing my shells off randomly like that. And so he reloads. But here comes the Panzerjäger. Probably saying that wrong as well. So I will just call it American Spicy Boy. That way the German can correct it. The Panzerjäger misses. American Spicy Boy misses. And that allows him to put his shells in, finish him off. He goes down. E4 finishes off the Earthshaker. He now finds himself in a 1 versus 2 situation. He's got 13 seconds until the base is capped, and 7 seconds until he's reloaded. He's going to only have 3 seconds to find a shot on a tank, a super heavy. He's up to 9,600 damage. There he is. Can he find it? He aims up his shot. He fires off 2, and they both miss. And I don't even know if they would have penetrated, but it does not matter. Unfortunately, this one ends in tragedy. There's Super Unicorn with 9,678 damage, 2,800 assist damage. Unsurprisingly, the Ace Tanker, he's up to 96% on his marks of excellence. He gets almost 1,700 base experience points on a defeat. Meaning this would have been well over 2,000 on a victory, because he would have gotten 25% of the enemy's experience on top of his own. Meaning he would have had a huge huge XP game. But alas, RNG giveth and RNG taketh. He was intercepted by the spicy American boy. And unfortunately, it slowed him down from getting a good angle on the tonk. And the tonk caps out because he was afraid of the Teefbreaker, sitting at nearly 10,000 damage. But you know what? That is a G. Well done, Der Super Unicorn, for having an absolutely massive game. I hope you guys all enjoyed it as well. I hope you were on the edge of your seat. And if you were, make sure you slap that like button, comment, and subscribe. And go check out his YouTube channel. Link in the description below. And also, make sure you join Der Super Unicorn and I on Father's Day. He and I will be platooning up for some epic action. And maybe I'll have to whip out a keyboard and mouse so that I can join him in that world. But that is it, and I'll be seeing you guys all there. Take care, everyone, and peace out.